So, who am I? This is the really important question because most of us don't even know who am I. Like, who are we? Or when we say be yourself, what does it mean? So, we don't even know who am I, and then how we will solve all the problems when we don't even know or connect with ourselves. See, to start with, we are the soul, we are the conscious energy, but most of us think that we are the body, or we are the name, we have a name, so we are that name. If I ask someone to tell me about them, and they will say my name is so, or some people think that we are the thought process, or we are the personality comes, so we are that personality, or we are that thought process. So these all are wrong identifications, and that's why we are not even connecting to the real me or real you, and that's where all the issues which come along and we face them. So we are the soul, the conscious energy which is running this body. So we need to understand that how do I say that we are not this body? See, there is a difference between a dead body and a living body. A dead body has same eyes, ears, nose, everything, and same as living body. Or you can see a standing car or running car, even if they both have everything same, but there is one difference. So between dead body and a living body, the difference is the soul. There is no conscious energy in the dead body. Similarly, there is no driver, so we can't call it a driver. So there is no driver in the sitting, like standing car, but in the running car there is a driver driving it. So that's what we are. We are not the body, we are not the thinking process, we are not the personality which comes with this thinking process, we are not that name. We are actually the conscious energy, the power of life, the part of power of life which is running this world is manifested inside us also. So we are that, but the problem is we are connecting with everything else but not that conscious energy. So that's why all these problems, all these miseries, all this stress, all these issues, they come on the play because we are identifying with the wrong thing. So, but just one understanding that who we are, and that understanding will not work just by, like, it can work just by listening also, but the understanding has to be really, really deep. If the understanding is not deep enough, it's on the surface, then obviously it will not help you in any way. Even everyone knows that there's a soul in the living person and there is no soul in the person who's no longer with us. But still we are connecting with this body, we are still connecting with the thought process. So what does it mean that it's on the surface? It's just a theory, we have accepted it, but we are not connecting to it. So that's where the issues are starting, or issues are happening in everyone's life. And then see, for example, when you are born, so when you are born, where, like, which conditions, which family, which culture, what kind of influences you got. So on those bases, our mind gets conditioned. That's our thought process. So, and based on those conditioning, we take decisions. And then we say, oh, this is not good for me, this is good for me, that is not bad, that is bad for me, this is what I want. And when those things doesn't happen, so we feel like I'm not happy, I'm not getting what I want. So when I say we are connecting with thought process, so that's how we connect with our mind, and we think that we are the mind. And because those unsatisfying or satisfying, so it can go both ways, satisfying or unsatisfying, both feelings they get manifest on the body. Mind has nowhere else to manifest those bodies. So this is the only reason we are too much in connection with mind, like extreme connection with mind, and that's why we think we are the mind and we are the process, because every thought process gets manifested on the body. There is nowhere else that thought process will get manifested. It will get, every thought process, every desire, every satisfaction, every unsatisfaction, everything will come on the body. And now we start feeling those things, those thought processes, we're feeling those emotions. So that's why our connection with body and the mind is too strong, because we are actually feeling it. Even if it is not true, we are actually feeling it. So we feel we are the body, we are the mind. So in this way, our connection or our understanding of we are the mind, we are the body is so strong that we are not even connecting to the real who am I, which is our soul or the spirit, or our the power of conscious energy inside us, which is making us alive, or the power which is making us alive, or the life power, life-giving entity inside us. So we are not connecting to it. That's where every problem lies. This misconnection is the problem. So that's what we need to connect to. And it's not just on the surface, but we have to connect to it in a really deep manner, that we are in connection with it all the time. That's like we are in connection with our body and mind all the time. That's why we're thinking all the time, and we're feeling all the time what's happening through our thought process. But we are not connecting to our soul. That's why we are in problems. We need to connect to this life-giving energy or conscious energy inside us all the time, because that's what you are. See, as I say, we are not the body, because so one thing we need to understand, that conscious energy never dies. It keeps on taking different forms. That's why we talk about different lives, or it keeps on taking based on our karmas or desires. So you see, the dead person, no matter what age the person passes away, and so the soul has left the body. So even if in the young age you see that person is sleeping or is not gonna wake up now, so the soul has left the body. So how can we, the body, when the life energy inside of it is gone and it's still there, everything is same. So that gives you so much clarity on that we are not the body. Even when and then body is changing all the time, because we were kid once, we were young once, then we'll get old and we'll pass away, or we can pass away any moment also. So the body is changing all the time, but there is someone inside the body who's looking all the time, who can see the change. If you go back and look at earlier in your age, when you were young or adult or teen, you can still remember, and you can still, if you just reflect back on it, you will still see that there was someone watching at that time also. There is someone, when you're listening to this video, there is someone inside who's watching this time also. So body is constantly changing. How can we be something which is constantly changing? We are the constant inside this body, which knows every time that things are changing. Even when I close my eyes, so my body is shut down now. This is the biggest input, eyes for outside world. I shut down my body when I say shut down, I mean I've stopped taking the visual input. But there is someone still inside my body, even with the closed eyes. There is someone who can see the darkness. So the visual input is now changed to dark, but there is someone still seeing the darkness. So there is someone inside this body who's still seeing. Otherwise, how can you identify or differentiate between light and dark? So there is someone inside you. You can only see something which is different from you. So you see something which is dark. You're seeing something which is dark. So who's the one who's seeing that? You're not the darkness, but there is someone who's seeing that darkness. right? So we are not the body 100%. And then thought process, it is based on whatever we're thinking, whatever we're picking up from our family, our surroundings. And even if you see, the thought process keeps on changing. It is something today, and we are too adamant on that this is the truth. But some next day somebody comes over and shows us that this is wrong and this is right. So we change it to the others. We get convinced and we change our thought process to something else. So even the thought process is changing every moment, and we can see our thoughts. Sorry, as I said, that if we can see something, then we are not that. So if I can see my thought process changing all the time, then I can see my thoughts. Then how can we be thoughts also? But the power of thoughts is that it just changes everything on the body, every feeling on the body, it changes. And then thought process is only running for desires. Every thought process is a desire. Every single thought process is a desire. Without a desire, a thought process cannot run. There will not be any thought without a desire. So the thought process, which is our conscious mind, is the entity to analyze things, to take us away from bad situations, to help us innovate, create, imagine. But then that's just one of the faculty. Like eyes is the faculty to take input for visual inputs, ears for listening inputs, nose for breathing in, smelling inputs or breathing inputs. Same way mind is for analysis, that's for reflection, memorying, storing memories and everything. So it's a faculty, but we are identifying with wrong things. That's why we have too much problem. For soul, there is no good and bad. For soul, there is no death and life. It is a constant, all which is available on all the time. And the surface understanding will not do anything. That's why we need to sit in meditation. See, if by listening you can achieve that, then that's the best. But when you get undivided awareness just by listening, that's the best thing. But if that's not happening, you're still involved in thoughts all the time, then we are not able to connect with the real us or real, like the real me. So for that, if that's not happening, your mind is not going quiet, then maybe it's time to sit in meditation. And we don't do anything in meditation. That's the thing with meditation. It's not we're doing anything. We're not bringing focus on something. We are just sitting closed eyes and we are just watching what's happening around us. We're just knowing so somebody's playing, so we know somebody's playing. Our mind is talking, so we know the mind is talking. So you can talk back to it. Okay, you're talking. So that's how you connect with yourself, your soul, or the real you. And then music is playing, you just know it's playing. So it's just knowing, and knowing is catching. So when you know, you catch your mind, and then once you catch it, you start coming out of it. And when you start coming out of it, those feelings which are coming on the body will stop affecting you too much, because now mind is not getting agitated, or it's not running from A to B, from fear, from dissatisfaction to satisfaction, from fear to non-fear. So because of that, it has stopped everything, and those feelings in the body. So that's how we would start disconnecting from it. And then all these problems which starts from mind, we start disconnecting from it also. And then it is not talking all the time, because you have brought distance between yourself and the mind. And because of that, we are connecting with the soul all the time. And that's what we need. We have to connect with ourselves all the time. And then slowly the understanding keeps on going stronger, and then you are in connection with soul all the time, and mind goes quiet. So even if you want to keep the chatty mind less chatty, then meditation is the tool, or understanding is the tool. Even with meditation, we just making our understanding stronger, nothing else. So it's all about understanding, and a deep understanding of connecting with yourself as compared to mind and the body. So who am I? Who are we? I am the soul. But surface will not do anything. You have to go deep, understand, and you have. So when we say be in present moment, be in the moment, or come out of your overthinking, stop thinking too much. So all this, we all just want to say that we are not that. We are, and that will only happen when we connect with our soul. And for that, either you make your understanding too strong, or make use of meditation to come to that present moment or connect with your soul. So hopefully we got some clarity on who am I. And see, even if you see this way for understanding mind, that you read a book and then you keep on turning the pages. At one point you realize, oh, you didn't understand what was written on that page, so you go back and then read it again. So who is the one who inside you who told you that, oh, I didn't understand this? So that's your soul. You're not the mind, you are just the soul. Yeah, so that's how we connect to the soul or the conscious energy inside us. I'll see you soon for our next video. Thank you so much.